In Rainbows is one of my all-time favorite albums. The amount of meaning jam-packed into this album is unbelievable for me, and how all of it seemingly flows so well together. In Rainbows isn't just an album, it's a journey, a collection of emotions of love, loss, confusion, and the search for something that can never quite be found. It's the beauty of the moment and the sadness of knowing it will never last. In this video we will be exploring denial and how In Rainbows is all about it. "15 Step, in my opinion, is all about life and the denial of death. Life is usually steady, predictable, maybe even kind, but then it starts pulling at you like a lover, seductive, enticing, promising more, and just as you think you've found your stride, it fools you. Takes you back to where you began, a cruel cycle, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Death comes for us all, patient, inevitable, and in the meantime we chase life, denying death, desperate to hold on, desperate, reaching for something, anything, before it slips away. The betrayal of life, like a lover who never planned to stay." Bodysnatchers, in my opinion, is about denying your identity. On Genius, it's even described as a narrative about monotonous, boring lives where one doesn't feel comfortable with oneself and hiding one's true self. He's lost himself, trapped in a body that feels more like a cage than a home, a persona carefully crafted, not by him but by the gaze of others. He simply states, denying himself in the light of others' perceptions of him. Nude is thematically very similar to Bodysnatchers. Genius states that being nude could refer to being emotionally vulnerable or being stripped of identity. I personally believe this song is talking about the latter, being stripped of identity. Trapped, not just in his body, but in the persona he wears like armor. It keeps him safe. It keeps him distant. And then just for a second, I feel it. I'm there. Me, the real me, but it's gone. Afraid to break away, afraid to be true to oneself because of the fear of doing so. Weird Fishes to me parallels 15 Step thematically, this time a denial of past unreliability. In his desperation, life becomes his lover once more, a fleeting hope. It's all his illusion, an illusion of escape. Even in failure, I keep going. Life pulls me back, and I follow, even though I know life isn't reliable, as I learned in 15 Step. Genius describes this track well in saying, "Hope that this time his seduction would be more than an illusion, and that it would be real, a real relationship, but again it falls back into the depths, picked over by the worms and weird fishes, everything that surrounds depression and failure." All I need, in my opinion, is about denying oneself in the face of love. I rely on you, even though you barely see me. Even though you ignore my love, I know it hurts. But I stay, I attach myself to denial, even though it tears me apart, rejecting who I am because of them, because of what they see. Even as it kills me, I stay. You are all I need, fulfilling who you are in someone else's image, losing yourself in them. Faust Arp to me is a sum up of the themes throughout the album, most particularly the denial of one's true identity. Genius states, throughout life we repeat what others have told us to do, and conform to social norms, usually without asking why we need to do that. York is now seeing his life as unsatisfying and unfulfilled. Predictable and controlled. Empty, a shell of what I could have been. He has lost himself. Squeeze the tubes and empty bottles. I take about is what you feel now, what you ought to. Do what you ought to. Don't stray from the norm. Create meaningless, expressionless art. Here we see York actually start to accept things, seemingly death. Here he doesn't see death as to blame, but he accepts that we all have something in common. Death. The time of our short pleasures is fleeting. And in this entire album, he's been fleeting from himself. He realizes his time is short to make real connections here and now, and spends the rest of this album desperately wanting connection. Genius once again captures this song in saying, "The vulnerability of our bodies is both a sad representation of the worthlessness behind the value we give our objects, and could be taken as symbolism for the depressing crunch of reality that we will come knocking on our door if we spend our whole lives running from it. I like to take it as a lesson that nothing is objective in life. Live it yourself, in honor of your own subjective meaning and truth." House of Cards seems to be the denial of a one-sided relationship.
I don't wanna be your friend. I just wanna be your lover.
Seeing the fragility of life, he begs his lover to leave her relationship.
Forget about your house of cards. I'm now done.
York is inviting someone into the denial he's had the entire album with the line, sink into his reality. York seems to get rejected and gets drunk and seeks love once more.
This place is on a mission for the night out. For the animal noises closer get cameras. For you comatose.
He believes this to be love, something he's been chasing the entire album. This is the jigsaw falling into place.
Before you run away from me. Before you're lost between the notes.
In desperation, he begs her to confess her love to him, begging her. The jigsaw doesn't fall the way he wants. The string is tugged away from him once more. Videotape is the conclusion of the album. Well, many would call it a bittersweet ending to the album, but I have a theory I want to share about this track.
When I'm at the pearly gates, this will be on my videotape.
I believe this album is that videotape.
And you are my sinner when I spin away.
Denial through the album is the center.
Throw on videotape,
The videotape is stuck in the loop, a perpetual hell. The only way to escape this loop of attachment to life and death is to remove denial. Throughout in Rainbows, York is seemingly in denial. It's just a theory, but allow the music to explain it for me.
out of control on videotape. How come I end up where I started? How come I end up where I was? Dominoes in pretty patterns. Did I speak his name? Denial. Beat goes round and round. The beat goes round and round. We got
This part includes personal details that will get into the topic of questioning being transgender. If you don't want to listen to my life story in relation to denial, I understand. Thanks for watching. Growing up, I never really related to boys. I always found myself flocking to girls. When the social dynamic shifted, I found myself isolated and having to learn how to communicate with guys. I still have yet to find a single good friend, at least not to the level I had with girls. Denial is a river in Egypt. In 6th grade, I grew up my hair after being nicknamed Tracy. I was even mistaken as a girl a few times, though I don't remember how I felt. I know I wasn't offended. After I moved schools, I would fantasize about being nicknamed a girl name again. Denial is a river in Egypt. In college, my friends and I thought it would be funny to cosplay as Miku for Halloween. I didn't think it was too funny, and thought, I get to feel what it's like to be a girl. Halloween night, I looked into the mirror more times than I have ever in my entire life, and felt bubbly and confident. Denial is a river in Egypt. There was a series of weeks I'd go back and forth on saying I'm trans to saying I'm not too sure. Then I was met with a wave of transphobia and stopped questioning. A few months later, present day, I am back to questioning, but still don't know who I am. Denial is a river. Okay, I'll stop. I'm not too sure who I am, but In Rainbows warns me of the trap of denial, warns me of the dangers of forgetting yourself in the spotlight of others' perceptions of you. This is something I still struggle with. Whenever I see my extended family, I feel cis as ever, but I know it's because I feel their judging gaze. I need to let that go, but I'm not sure how. I'm still stuck in my videotape, too afraid to step out as who I really am, but I know it will take time. Denial is a river, but I feel its flow slowing down. Thanks for watching.